Hey, good morning, guys. Uh, Good day. It's a happy Friday. Today, we're going to be talking about finding our Dream 100 and the importance of discovering, I cannot stress, discovering our ideal client. Yeah, that's right. And we are going to seize this day. I mean, we're going to live this day as though it be our last. We're going to have love in our heart and we are going to laugh at the world. But I want to show you some things today about why it is so crucial to find your ideal client. It's a little cold outside today. So I'm not in Florida or Fiji yet. So I wanted to put on my flowery shirt today. So I hope that doesn't disturb you. But today we're going to be discovering our ideal client. I've always said if you don't focus on the ideal, you'll end up working with the ordeal and you'll want a new deal. so that's why we're going to focus on this. So just a few things that I want to go over. Your dream customer. For the other day, I talked to a chiropractor. Yeah. And can you imagine going through 8 years of schooling and not even given 10 minutes time to discover your ideal client, to how to get people into your office? They taught him about the spine and the mind and how the body works and everything like that, but they didn't teach him the psychology of sales. They didn't teach him how to generate leads. And so, and I've seen it in this virtual world. We all are coaches or want to be coaches. Sometimes we're wannabe coaches or emerging entrepreneurs or potential business owners, or maybe we have a brick and mortar. Like my clients last year, they all had brick and mortars or they had a direct sales business. And then all of a sudden their lead source was gone because they were doing a lot of home shows and trade shows and boat shows and festivals and fairs. Well, those were over and they're not getting better. They're getting worse right now. They're getting worse. COVID-19 has created a new opportunity. It's winter for a lot of us still. And Jim Rohn talks about preparing for the winters, but you don't prepare for the winter in the winter. You can. It's the best time to do it if you have to, but you could prepare for next winter then. You don't want to go through another one of these. You want to get leads on autopilot. You want to get leads that want to talk to you. Do you know how many times I have spent talking to people that don't want to talk to me? I'm not talking about DMing people anymore. We're not going to DM anybody. We're not going to direct message anybody. We're not going to try to give them our 3 steps to our sale close while you got to get on video chats with them. And we're going to show you how to do that. But I would rather get on video chats with people who know a little bit more about me, who are warmed to my idea, guys. So it's very crucial that you know who your ideal client is, guys. It's very crucial. I see entrepreneurs who will invest every last penny they have to create the products, services they think that will change the world without ever considering who their dream client is. We can have all the ideas that we want, guys, but if we do not know who our dream client is. So let me tell you a story. The guy walks into Sally Beauty Supply and he starts pitching his product to the executives. And he's an executive of his firm. And he says, this rouge and this color, and we got this pretty chart and this pretty chart, this pretty chart. And they said, well, I don't think Alexis is going to like it. Okay. So he brings out another product, thinking that's the answer. Bring out another product. And he starts sharing about, the features, the benefits, all that about this product. Well, I don't think Alexis is going to like it. So he pulls out a third product, and this time he's kind of getting really frustrated. So he brings on all the charm, and he's doing the presentation, doing the pitch, and still nothing. And they say, I don't think Alexis is going to like this. And he's like, who the hell is this Alexis? And they say, they start chuckling. He says, oh, Alexis isn't a person. It's our company avatar. Follow us. And they took him into a room, and there's this life-size picture of a woman who's Alexis. And then next to her is a whiteboard, and it's filled with everything about Alexis, her name and her children's names, and what she thinks and what she reasons with. They'd spent hours and days trying to figure out getting inside the mind of their ideal customer. Now, Sally Beauty Supply is a national chain. They're sometimes international, but they know who their ideal client is, and they run every decision by Alexis. So it's very crucial that you know who your ideal client is, and that's why I spend so much time on this. Plan your work and then work your plan. In other words, have a plan. Specifically, a lot of people start building funnels. I tell people, don't sign up to build a funnel until you sign up to build your business. Sign up to build your business. Sign up to build your business for a lifetime. This has got to be a lifetime commitment, guys. This can't be something you just try. And I know that COVID-19 has created a saturation of Facebook and Google and YouTube, and everybody's at home. Everybody's at home, and everybody wants to be a coach today. Everybody wants to be a marketer. Everybody wants to train. Everybody does. So we're in a wholly new situation. So it isn't just about throw out the net, see who lands in it. It's about planning your business. And I am going to be in this for life. This isn't something I'm going to try today. This is not something I'm going to just see if it'll work out. This is something I am committed to. So, I've seen a lot of people invest happily in coaching, in product creation, in designs, education, almost everything. But when you tell them to put an ad on Facebook or Google or build a website, a landing page, or a sales funnel, they'll look at you as if you've lost your mind. And in order to get in front of the dream customer, for instance, a dream customer, I can advertise all day. I could be a car salesman, for instance, and I can stand at the lot and hope somebody comes along and buys my product. Or I can start asking my current customers about their needs. Why did that last customer buy from you? Do you know why your last customer bought? Do you know why your last customer signed up for your trial, signed up for your service, signed up? Do you survey them at all? Do you know them? And so who is your ideal client? Now come up with a list of 100 of them. And you're thinking, I don't know 100 people, John. Yes, you do. Pull out your phone and see how many contacts you have in your phone. Go to your Facebook and see, just start thinking, do you do research on the people that send you a friend request? Do you do research on people in LinkedIn that want to send you a connection request? Are you doing any research on people that want to follow you on Twitter? Or are you just throwing out a net and hoping something sticks? That's not the way to do network marketing in the social world. You'll spend your wheels and you'll spend your time talking to people that can't afford you, that you have no business talking to. So, but if you know who your ideal client is, and you spend let me share you a story. Another story. I love stories. Lady, she inherits a company. Well, her husband dies. So it's landed to her. She had nothing to do with the business. Nothing. She didn't even know what they sold. She just spent the money that came into the house. She had no clue about the business. So all the board of directors were really excited one day, and they thought, my gosh, we are going to make it rich. We're going to be able to sell this company. We're going to be able to get this monkey off of our freaking back because we're not passionate about it anymore, because they were at a $10 million mark and they couldn't grow it. That's pretty good for a year. $10 million is pretty good, but they couldn't grow it. This lady walks in and she sits down in the board meeting. They're getting ready to sign the papers so they can sell this beast off. She comes in, she says, what do we do here? They tell her what they did. She had no clue what the company did. She didn't even care. As long as the money was coming in, most wives, my wife's like that. She don't care what I do, except as long as the money's coming in. That's what this wife said. But wives are smart. Women, you're phenomenal. I absolutely love you because you're the most creative force on the planet. You're the most, but she didn't know. She didn't care. As long as the money was coming, she could go shopping. She could live her life. But her husband died. Now she had to care. So she walked in and they thought she was going to sell. And she asked them, what do we do here? What works? What do we do? They told her what we do. She says, how are we getting our clients? They told her. She says, what works here? What works to get us money? They told her. She said, what doesn't work? They had a litany of lists. They did so many things that didn't work. She says, okay, here's the plan. Genius, write it down. Stop doing immediately any activity that doesn't bring you some sort of result. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. If it's redundant work, quit it. What the hell are you doing it for then? If it's not going to help you, it's hindering you. And a lot of times we get busy. We have no schedule. I love what my friend James Bell says. He says, what gets scheduled gets done. So if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you got to start writing yourself a schedule. You've got to start saying, okay, on Mondays, I'm going to do this. And you got to get committed to doing this. And if it's about finding your ideal client, find your ideal client. But what works in this business is finding your ideal client and then targeting everything that you've got around that ideal client. Every ad needs to be speaking to the ideal client. You've got a hook, a story, and an offer. You've got to bring them in with something. The hook. Okay, what would you do with an extra $1,500 a month? How can I get an extra $1,500 a month without having to do a lot? And that's simple. Your advertising. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Oh, somebody out there says greetings. Don't know who that is because I'm on a different program, but greetings to you as well. But you have to know your ideal client. And once you know your ideal client, you can target specifically who that ideal. Facebook advertising. Did you know that Facebook advertising will allow you not only to know who your ideal client is, but target them specifically? You can target on Facebook specifically down to pretty much the color of their hair. Just kidding, but pretty much close. Facebook has, I think now it's up to 2.8 billion. That's B with a B, billion users. The average Facebook user spends about 17 minutes a day. Now, this was back on a study in 2019. Now, I think they're spending close to 2 hours a day on Facebook, roughly. The average user. Why? COVID-19. People's habits have changed. They're more into social media. They're more into checking in with friends and family. And Facebook knows more about you than you know about yourself. In fact, they know what you had for breakfast this morning. They know where you check in. They know your eating habits, your dining habits. You know that little place you says check in. Oh, it's kind of cool. Let my friends know where I'm at. You don't let friends know where you're at. You let Facebook know so they have a data sheet on you. They don't care what your friends know about you any more than a man on the moon. They want to know where you like to eat, where you like to dine, what do you like to do. So that's what Facebook does. So they create a list of stuff. They know where you like to eat. They know what you like to do. They know what your shopping habits. They know if you're prone to click on a link. So why is it important to know who your ideal client is? So when you begin to advertise, your ads can speak their language. Have you ever went to Amazon and you're looking at Amazon for maybe an office chair? I just did this. I was looking for an office chair, big gaming office chair, really comfortable because I sit a lot. So I was at Amazon and I was looking over these office chairs, and I go to Facebook, and would you believe the first thing I see this morning when I open up Facebook? What do you think? What do you guess that I saw? Office chairs. Office chairs. How is that done? It's through advertising. It's through direct advertising and then remarketing. And then you can also create an audience. If you have an email list already, say you have an email list of doctors and lawyers, you can tell Facebook to create an offer. You can upload your email list into Facebook, and you can you can tell Facebook to create an audience just like the one you just shared with them. So if there's doctors on that email list, and what does an email tell? What does your email address tell Facebook? Everything about you. They just off an email address, they can really start direct marketing to you specifically, and you don't even know it. You won't even know it. So they know they have data sheets on everybody. So with that being said, so how do you do it? Well, let's get a little help here. I like to read a lot. And so where are your, and let's see, where are your Dream 100 hiding? Where do they congregate? Now that you understand that traffic already exists, it isn't created. I want to share with you a concept I learned from one of my the books out of Dream 100. He wrote it in a detailed best-selling book, The Ultimate Sales Machine. The way that he teaches is uses the Dream 100 is a little different than how I use it, but understanding his model will open up your ability to get unlimited traffic into your funnels. Okay. He worked, let's see. He had an idea. He did some research and discovered that out of those 2,000 advertisers he sold advertising, 167 of them were spending 95% of their advertising budgets with his competitors. So what did he do? He worked for this guy that wrote this book. He worked for Charlie Munger. He's Warren Buffett's business partner in Berkshire Hathaway. He sold advertising for one of the company's legal magazines. At the time, they were really struggling. They were last in sales in the market. He was working with a database of over 2,000 advertisers. He made sales calls every day, but they were still dead last at number 15 out of 15 magazines in their industry. And so then one day he had an idea. He did some research and discovered that out of those 2,000 advertisers, 167 of them were spending 95% of their advertising budgets with his competitors. So he defined those 167 spending all the money in the industry as his best buyers. Okay. Then he stopped marketing to everybody else and focused his time on efforts on those 167 advertisers. In other words, what works and what doesn't? The lady asked that question in her company. She said, what works and what doesn't? Okay. So go after what works, go after who's already spending the money. If you're a business coach or you're a marketer, who's spending the money in your market? Turn on the radio, turn on the TV. They're already spending it with your competitors. They're already spending it. So he made a list of these 167 and he said, forget the other 1,800 in his list, so to speak. Forget the others. So many times we spend so much attention on our timeline, on our profile in Facebook. I have 1,800 friends close to me in my Facebook. I don't think probably, don't take this the wrong way, guys. If you're in my Facebook profile, please don't take this the wrong way, but most of you aren't going to watch this video anyway. So in my Facebook profile, I don't think there's, I don't think there's 200 there's not 1,800 that I want to spend my time with. There's only about 200 people within my timeline that I want to spend my time with. You see what I mean? So you got to narrow down your dream 100. You got to narrow it down. A lot of people say, I'm working to get 5,000 likes. What the hell you want 5,000 likes from people that don't even like you? They don't even know you. It's just a like. And then they're not even your ideal client. Now, if you had 5,000 ideal clients, so you start with 100, you start with 100 and you narrow it down. Who out of my timeline, who out of my LinkedIn, who out of my YouTube, who out of my Google, who out of wherever I network at, my Twitter account, who out of all these are my ideal clients? Then just narrow it down instead of saying, okay, I'm going to cast out a net to 5,000. Even the master from the plains of Galilee was smarter than that. He said a farmer, basically a stupid farmer, does this. He goes out and scatters his seed. Well, a good farmer is going to create rows. He's going to cultivate. Nothing's going to scatter. But Jesus said a farmer goes out and scatters his seed. Well, he was talking about a foolish farmer. That's a foolish farmer. You don't go out and scatter seed. You go out and place seed. You go out and you get specific rows. You don't just go throw things out and hope something sticks. That's an idiotic thing to do. You've got to be specific and you got to drill it down. So the other thing is, because they were the biggest buyers, they were also the hardest people to reach. True. After 4 months of following this strategy, he got 0 responses. Pretty discouraging, right? Well, he was known for what he called PhD, pig-headed discipline. Now, I've got a PhD too. I've got pig-headed discipline. You need pig-headed discipline. You need to develop a PhD, pig-headed discipline. And he refused to give up. Then in his 4th month, something changed. He landed his first big account. It was the biggest advertising buy ever for the company. By the 6th month, he had landed 28 of the 167 advertisers. And with those 28 advertisers, he doubled the sales over the previous year and went from number 15 in the industry to number 1. And he kept doubling sales for the next 3 years. And now he calls it the Dream 100. So that's why you got 5,000 people. Narrow it down. Who would they be? Who is your ideal client? And then get more of them. Now, the next question is, who is the influencer of your Dream 100? Who do they get their motivation and their transformation and their budgets and their bookkeeping? Who are they going to for what are they spending their money on? Who's your competitor? Find those Dream 100, and yes, they're going to be tougher to reach, but when you land one, put you on the map. It only takes one. Now, that's why the niche is so important. Narrowing down your niche, narrow down that Dream 100. This is the hardest work about the business. Building a funnel is easy. Building a funnel is easy, guys. Building a landing page is easy. Building a website is easy. Building a business is what takes the work. It's laying the foundation. It's digging out that basement. It's pouring the concrete. It's writing up the plan, having a plan down on paper, writing it down, being specific about your goals, being in it to win it. That's what's difficult, but it's easy. Most of the things in business, if you're passionate about what you do, is easy, but the planning is what takes work. It's the planning, guys. That's what takes work. So get that Dream 100. Fall in love with these people. When you fall in love, when you're in love, I'll tell you what, you open doors that you normally wouldn't. And when you're in love, I'll tell you, doors are open that normally aren't ever before either. So if you want doors to begin to open, whether you open them or whether someone opens them for you, fall in love and get passionate about these clients out there. And what do you want to help them with? And if you haven't done so already, I'll tell you, then once you have your ideal client, once you know where they congregate, you can start posting things on social media and you can start drawing. In fact, yesterday, I had a message late last night and the guy said, "Hey, I saw a post that you made out there and I came to your Facebook and I saw the link and I had questions about Scribble funnels." Saw a post because I'm posting where my ideal clients are going to be. I'm posting what I believe that my ideal client resonates with. I'm not sharing my links. I'm not sharing anything about me. I'm not trying to be salesy. I'm just trying to be motivational in nature. And then when they see the post, who is, you go up and you click on Jonathan Ribble. You can do that right now. You're seeing this video. You could click on my name. Who the hell is Jonathan Ribble? You're going to click on it. You're going to come to my Facebook page, and right at the top of my Facebook page, you're going to see my landing page. I've talked to so many people. The other day, I had a ad pop up. And it said this: get more leads and more business without ads, without a funnel, and without websites. So what do? Because I'm what I call a funnel hacker. I want to see what other people are doing. So I will click on their ad, lie number one. It took me to the funnel, lie number two. And after I went through their funnel, it routed me through their course website, line number three. I said, my gosh, if they lied about this, they'll lie about other crap too. So 3 lies before I even got to them. It is crucial. And I'm not saying this because I have a platform that helps people do this. I'm telling you, it is crucial in this virtual world to stop doing business like you were 20 years ago. If you're doing business like you were going to be 20 years ago, you're going to be out of business in no time. As I drive by a place that does signs for businesses, and they have their sign is beautiful. And it simply says, as a business with no sign is a sign of no business. A business with no sign is a sign of no business. And if I come to your Facebook profile, your real estate, This is your storefront, if you will. I come there. I come to your LinkedIn. If I go to your LinkedIn and I don't see a website there, I can't reach you. If I go to your Facebook, yeah, you can send me to your Facebook pages, but have you ever looked at them occasionally? They're not the most attractive things. They just look like another version of, and if I'm going to go on a date, if I really am going to go, if you're going to go on a date with somebody, you're going to doctor yourself up. You're going to make yourself look so damn attractive that there's a chance that there's going to be something called luck later on. And whatever that version of luck is, if it's going to the next date, if it's an engagement, or for those of you that are into that, it's good, you know what I'm talking about. But you're going to dress yourself up. You're going to get yourself all dolled up. This is date night. This is something exciting is going to happen later. Maybe it's a trip to Walmart. I don't know, but something's going to happen and you're excited. And so you want to do everything you can to make yourself look so damn attractive that people will just give you their money. That's the key in this business and getting exposure. So when you create your website to make it look attractive. Just do more than what everybody else is doing. And hey, Lisa, good to see you out there. But I'm just trying to give you guys some good value here. It is so crucial. Once you know who your ideal client is and you're posting things out there, they will come find you. But if you have nothing to send me to from your website, except another page on your website, it's gonna be difficult. You're gonna grind. But now that I take them and I send them to my funnel, what the hell is a funnel anyway? A website is like a car lot where all the doors are locked. There's no salesperson that comes out. That's a website. It's like you can't buy anything. A funnel is when that salesperson comes out, puts his hand out in the air and says, "Hi, my name is John. What's yours?" So you're going to get their information and then you're going to pull them. That car salesman at that lot, he says, "Follow me." You end up following him and he is taking you step by step through their internal process of buying a car that day. If you think they want you to tell them you need to think about it again. They're trained to sell you a car that day. That is what a sales funnel does. A landing page, a lead magnet, a bridge funnel, whatever it is, I want to bring them along a process. And so I want to warm them to me. So I hope this is really helped. And you can go to scribblefunnels.com right now, sign up for your free trial. There's no credit card required. This weekend, guys, you can get a code on our website and you can get a 10% off for life on the using of this software. It is the best thing since Twinkies, guys. And I say that because out of frustration, I built Scribble Funnels. We co-founded it. And it was just because it was out of frustration. I thought there's got to be an easy way for the average person who was like me. I had to reinvent myself within the virtual world. And I didn't have a lot of time to do it. And maybe you don't have a lot of time right now. Maybe you are really struggling trying to find the right people. I'm telling you, start with a sales funnel, know who your ideal client is, start marketing to those ideal client. Well, guess what? But Ben, you can actually go somewhere else. But anyway, know who your ideal client is, guys, and then go to your gosh, love this. Anyway, go know who your ideal client is, and then have them come to your funnel. Get a free website builder. And anyway, guys, that's all I'm going to go for now. But you guys have a great day, and God bless. And it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching.